Okay, we're back. Still in the same position, and I'm thinking about g5. I mean, we only have two other moves, and b4 is just looks bad because if you take, no, let's not even think about take. We just play b4 and h2. Then we promote, then you promote. Maybe we are doing fine after b5. We have a passed pawn. Okay, so what about b4, h2, e8? No, sorry. b4 and takes, e8, h2, and queen e1, b3, king c2, or king c1, b2, king c1, b1 takes. Oh my goodness, I think b4 fails. All right, g5. Oh my, wait a second. It's a king move. How is moving the king? We move over to d2? I'm lost here. c3? I'm just guessing at this point. Wait, we already tried promoting. Wait, oh my god, we're not. Oh. Wait, if we promote to a rook, h2, rook e1, h1 takes. Same problem. Oh my god, we promote to a bishop, h2, and then bishop c6. h1 equals queen, bishop takes h1, and now the king can shuffle between a2 and a1. And then, of course, this is completely winning. Okay, so yeah, I totally should have gotten that, but just think about how we can improve. Just need to remember that making a queen is not automatic, especially in these stalemate situations. If we're in a stalemate situation, then probably the first thing that we need to consider, the first variation we need to consider is what happens if we promote to under promote. Okay, all right. Sounds good, sounds good. All right, went down to 2970, but we're still chilling, we're still chilling. All right, so we're being thrown a check. We only have a few moves. We only have 3 moves. King d3, king c1, king d1 are our options. This looks super deadly though. So we want to try to not get in the way of this coordination. If the king sidesteps to h7, then we might still have ideas with takes on g7, king takes g7, rook f7, king h8, rook f8, king h7, bishop g8, king g7, and I actually don't see anything there. Okay, so okay, let's just say I'm thinking c1 is wrong. Because after king c1, queen a1, king d1, queen takes f1, bishop... oh, if queen takes f1, then rook takes f1, check, king h8 or king h7 is forced, and we're actually winning there. So never mind. But if king c1, queen a1, king d2 is forced, and king b2, queen b2... Wait, no. King c1, queen b2, king d1... Queen d4, king e1, queen e... I don't think I want to get involved in the dark squares, so I'm looking at king d1 or king d3 first. Those, intuitively, those make more sense to me. If king d3, then... Oh, you actually have no checks. Yeah, so I really like king d3. King d3, you have no checks. I've got to come up with an idea, though. For example, after king d3, king h7. I've got to come up with an idea. Actually, first things first, let's take care of the most immediate. So if king d3, then we need to think about your immediate threats. I would say that's queen b2. Allowing for checks on c3 and unblocking the pawn to promote. So if king d3, queen b2, the first thing I want to look at is rook f8, king h7 forced, and then bishop g8, king h8. That looks really close to winning. Bishop g8, king h8. And bishop h7, then just bishop f8. So king d3, queen b2, rook f8, king h7, and bishop g8, king h8. That actually doesn't look very good. Because even like coming back, bishop c4 is bishop takes f8, rook takes f8. Now the king has access to g7 or h7. If the king goes to h7, then maybe we still have drawing ideas with bishop g8, or rook g8, excuse me, and hold on here, rook f8, king h7, bishop g8, king g... no. Okay, I think we're forced to play king d3. After king d3, king h7, this was the next thing I was trying to look at, is when our threats are sidestepped. Because it's often very effective to sidestep these discovered threats instead of trying to, you know, muster up all your courage and find a killer blow right there. If you don't see a killer blow for your opponent, it's often very effective to just sidestep the threats, then they're gone forever unless we can come up with a follow-up. Okay, so the first thing is rook g7, king g7, and rook f7. Forces king h8, rook f8, king g7, rook g8, king h7. And then we have no more checks. I also like the look of h5. h5 just threatening h6. h6 comes with the threat of rook takes g7, king h8, and rook f8. But we might not even need to play like h6 immediately. Just having it as an option might be a threat enough. So if h5 and queen, yeah, let's just say h5, queen b2, then rook g7, king g7, rook f7, king h8, and rook f8, king h7, and bishop g8, king g7, h6, then you can take whatever you want. So if you take the rook, then h7, king g7, and I can't promote, so that doesn't work. So h5, queen b2, takes, king takes, and then we play h6. That looks a lot better. King h8 and rook f8. King h7. I think we're holding a draw with rook f7. King h8, rook f8, king h7, and we can force repetition there. So it's nice to know we have a draw in the pocket. But generally we want to find more. We want to find more in a position where like we have chances to win. Our pieces are very strong. And the king is very boxed in. So if h5, queen b2, what about just the quiet h6? That looks really hard to stop. Because if you just play a2, then just rook g7, king h8, rook f8, or a2, rook g7, queen g7, takes, king takes, and this pawn is under control. So I really like h5. h5, queen b2, h6 might just win. But if, so then rook g7, yeah, king h8, yeah, h5, man. h5, queen b2, h6. Well, then you can play queen c3. And we've got to sidestep effectively. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just escaping over here. Oh, unless, no, the queen's going to keep us bolted in, though. Yeah. So, like, h5, queen b2, h6, queen c4, and we're getting bolted in. King e2. Okay, I'm going to look for something faster. h5, queen b2, and hg6 check. If king h8, then rook h1, and king g8. Of course, there is just rook f2. Okay, h5. Oh, are we taking? Oh man. What? We need a new idea? Just rook f8, bishop takes f8, rook takes f8, queen b1, king d2, queen b2 looks terrible. king e3, then queen c2, king d5, and we're escaping. I really don't know. I'm kind of in a guessing mood. Or not. Yeah. Not guessing mood, but just kind of feel impulsive. Alright, I think I'm going to take a hint. Alright, maybe it's rook 7 to f2 and the queen is trapped. Alright. Wow. King d3. And then after king h7, just rook 7 to f2. The queen is trapped. Okay, how could we have improved there? So we were busy hunting for the king, but we needed to realize that the queen was actually quite out of squares. Because I guess king d3 forces king h7, and then if the queen is not going to b2, then just rook 7 to f2. Alright. We're dropping. Alright, this looks like a mate. There's way too much going on here to not be mate. Look at all of our pieces and look at the king. Come on, there's a mate here. So queen f3 is the most obvious. If queen f3, then knight f3. What about bishop g2, rook g2? Looks promising. And queen f1, knight f1. I don't like that the king has heir. I mean, this is so forcing. Knight f2, queen f2. Threatening bishop g2. And if rook f1, queen f1. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here. I think it's just knight f2, queen f2. You have no checks. Or I guess. Oh wait, no, you do have. Oh wait, okay. I did miss rook g8 initially. Yeah, wait. So if knight f2, queen f2, rook g8, we get mated. So if knight f2, what if like queen f3? Maybe we need to keep this knight intact. Oh, what if instead we just play queen f2? Queen f2 threatening bishop g2, rook g2, queen g2. And if knight f2 is mate. Yeah, that looks unstoppable. And if rook f1, then just bishop g2 is mate. And if rook takes, then I think we still just have bishop g2, rook g2, queen g2. Okay, yeah, queen f2 is unstoppable. Yeah, just... Alright. computer's being very slow. Okay. So this looks really bad for the opponent. I think I've solved it already. I think it's rook f7, rook f7, knight d7, king b8, rook c8. But there are some lines that I need to calculate. For example, if rook f7 and king b8 immediately, then rook f8, king b7, and okay, knight d7. So that's it. So then, yeah, I don't think there's any more to calculate here. This is all very, very forcing. Notice how our pawn on d5 is like the unsung hero in this position, because without it, our rook would not be controlling the king so well on c6. Yeah, so I think it's just rook f7, knight d6, forcing king b8, and then rook c8. And if rook f7, your only other option is king b8, and then just rook f8, king b7, knight d6 is mate. Yeah, so there's not much to it here. All right. Okay. We need to take stock in the position. Alright, so we're down material. Our king is claustrophobic. A lot of things are hanging. I like how knight d6 solves a lot of my problems. But after knight d6, I'm forced to take, and then queen c8, queen d8, queen c6, queen d7, queen a8, king e7, queen a3, queen d6, but then queen a7. I also like flicking in bishop h6. Because if bishop h6, king d1, then we can play knight d6, queen d6, and it comes with check. And we seem to be doing really good in that position. And if bishop h6, king b1, then we have back rank motif opportunities. After like knight take, queen take, and queen c8, king e7. I still don't see how we would strike on the back rank though. Because I would love to play knight d6, queen g5, but we just can't. Oh, that's after bishop h6. So like bishop h6, king b1, and then I would love to play knight d6, queen g5, hitting rook, threatening rook f1, but we can't, right? Because knight d6 comes with check. So I'm thinking, is there kind of a way to solve the issue? Well, if we play knight d6, king d7, actually looks pretty decent, because then just d8, rook c8. when we have don't see anything clear cut. What if we threw in queen g5 first? Queen g5 is a massive threat because queen g5 one, then d1, and you could work d1, but you could play rook d1. But I've got to believe we have something there. Rook f1 and queen c8. Oh, they takes. Okay. But even if queen g5, rook g5, knight d6, knight d6, king d7, queen c8, rook e8, knight e8, king c8, and we're just down material in that position. We also have bit b2, king d2, queen f6, and we also have ideas of pinning the queen in the b file. Yeah, like, and even just rook b8. So queen moves out of the way. Then we would have to yeah, basically. Okay, so we need to adventure a bit more in position and figure out what it is. I mean, I love to play d6. Just win material, d6, king d7, and d8. Really, knight d6, 96 takes, queen c8, queen e8. Even just take 8 is probably lost for us. So if knight 96, knight 6, queen e6, queen e8, queen e7, are we getting anything there? Not really. And rook 8 loses to knight c7. When we go button. Yeah, the intuition in me realized at some point playing knight d6 and using Covenant's idea.